What's up, guys? In this video, we are going to address a question from my Merch by Amazon Facebook group about what to do when your product that was making regular sales is no longer selling. We're going to talk about how to evaluate what's going on, because first we need to kind of understand the issue. And then we're going to talk about some strategies to get that product selling again, hopefully regularly. So let's get started. Really quickly, before we dive in, just wanted to remind you, I run a free weekly print-on-demand giveaway where 2 winners are selected every single Sunday. It takes like 10 seconds to enter, so I'd like to invite you to take advantage of that. This week, the winners will be receiving a license to Flying Research, which are my go-to research tools for print-on-demand, finding the hot niches. AutomatePOD, which is print-on-demand design creation automation that I use all the time. All American Graphics, which are premium pre-made graphics to help you make high quality designs, and Bubble Scout, which is the only Redbubble niche research and validation tool. You'll find a link in the description. All right, so here's the question that was asked by Mirko in my Amazon Merch Facebook group, which, by the way, you can find a link to in the description below. My bestseller stopped selling in March. Design is still unique and evergreen, but is not selling anymore. I increased the price gradually and brought it up to $19.99 with some sales at this price. Then it stopped. Should I reduce the price or try to change the keywords? That's what he asked. And I just want to stop for a second and say I really like the pricing strategy. Gradually increasing the pricing is something that you can definitely do a little bit easier in lower tiers. In the tier I'm in, I mean, can I still pull it off? Yeah, I can still pull it off. But the more listings you have that are making sales, the more time you're going to spend like editing prices, doing like gradual price increases. But yeah, I do like the idea. I'm just throwing it out there while we're on the subject that if you start at a low price to entice a customer to purchase from you and not your competitors, you lock in that first sale. That's extremely important because then your listing will stay on Amazon, the world's #1 marketplace, forever. You don't have to worry about it getting pulled down, which is what happens after a year if it doesn't make a sale. So I like that. I like that you're doing that. But what happens when you've gradually increased the price and then it stops selling? By the way, just saying, this happens to everybody. Okay, this isn't just Mirko's problem. It's happened to me more times than you can believe. And, every now and then, I mean, I've got too many listings to go and look at each one of them, but you can typically go and look, do keyword searches, find your product, and figure out why it's not selling anymore. Typically, what you'll find is a competitor enters the same niche and undercuts you by 5 cents. You know what I mean? You're selling at $19.99. He sells at $19.95. I guess that would be 4 cents. Either way, it's typically little things like that. And you can typically, if that is the case, undercut them and see some sales again. But it's not always a perfect science, and you know what? We're gonna circle back to the solutions after a second. But first, I think it's important to diagnose the problem, and I have a couple suggestions. I have 2 main suggestions that I want to share with everybody that's watching. So we're gonna use Christmas in July and pretend like that is Mirko's niche. Okay, so I go to Amazon, I type in Christmas in July. So let's pretend like I've been selling Christmas in July shirts. All of a sudden, they stop selling. Well, how do I figure out, how do I diagnose why that happened? So I want to suggest that you guys take advantage of Helium 10. Now, this is a paid suite of Amazon seller tools, but here's the thing, you don't need to pay. We're talking about it in the print-on-demand context, and you can actually just use the free version, which does not even require a credit card, and you can get what I'm about to show you, okay? So Helium 10, I'll put a link in the description. By the way, if you ever do FBA, this is a great suite of seller tools, but you do not need to pay anything right now for print on demand, for what I'm about to show you. So when you install Helium 10 into your Chrome web browser, then you need to make an account. But again, you don't need to give a credit card, anything like that. Just add the Chrome extension, sign in, and then go to a listing on Amazon, on Amazon.com. And after a couple seconds, you should see it kind of load in underneath the primary image and the bullet points, like what you see here. And what this actually does is Helium 10 does its best to extract data on the listing, going as far back as possible. They'll show you things like the price of the listing, as well as the bestseller rank. Now, what you're seeing here, and by the way, they do like a little line chart that you see over my shoulder here. So what you see here is all time. So I set the time frame to all time for this Christmas in July t-shirt. What you'll notice is this shirt looks like it was posted on about July 3rd, 2021. So it doesn't have a lot of information. And if I want to figure out why my t-shirt that says Christmas in July stopped selling, and I'm now spying on competitors to look at their BSR history, BSR is indicative of sales velocity. The lower the BSR, the more the sales. This is a good way of evaluating how well a niche sells over time, over the course of a year. However, this listing is a very poor example because it's posted, I'm recording this on the 11th. It was only posted a week ago, basically. So how about this shirt? This says, ho, ho, hold my beer, but it also, has Santa Claus on it, and it was indexed on Christmas in July. That's the important part. So I searched Christmas in July. This shirt, while it doesn't say it in the text, was indexed highly on those keywords. And we've got a little bit more sales history here. So I can set Helium 10 to show the past 30 days. Now, for anybody that's just seeing this for the first time, you see that purple line? Each time that drops off a cliff, that's actually a good thing. That's indicating that there was probably one sale. Now, sometimes it can be 2 sales or 3 sales. What it really boils down to is, I'm going to hide myself really quickly. Behind where I am on the screen, or typically am, you can see large numbers, 3 million, 2.5 million, 2 million, 1.5 million. And what that's actually indicating is bestseller rank. And typically if you're going from like 3 million down to 1 million, that's one sale. But if you go from like 100,000 BSR to 10,000 BSR, that may be like 5 sales. It's all relative. You don't actually need to know exactly how to guess how many sales were made. The whole point is the lower that line gets, the higher the sales, okay? Now, I can set that from 30 days to 90 days, and now we get an even bigger picture. And what we're starting to notice is that prior to May 23rd, there was a steady horizontal line. And when you see that horizontal line, what does that mean? Correct. I'm assuming you knew. That means no sales, right? Because if you're going to start selling, you're going to see drop-offs. If you see horizontal and it's kind of steadily climbing, that means no sales. All right, now if I change 90 days to all time, we will see as far back as Helium 10 can scrape data for. And what we actually notice is that this shirt was making sales in September of 2020, October, November. Not a lot of sales. Looks like 1 sale a month, 2 sales a month, which, by the way, let me just say really quickly, 1 sale a month, if you can make about $5 a sale, is $70 a year, okay? Now, if you can have 10 shirts doing that, that's $700 a year. You get what I'm saying? So think long term. Think about the scalability here. Nothing's stopping us from adding as many shirts as you can think of that make 1 sale a month at $5 profit per sale. And 1 sale a month is nothing. That's 1 sale every 30 days. So anyways, you get where I'm going with this. I just want you guys to feel like print on demand and making real life-changing money is possible, okay? But you'll notice here, it looks like the shirt didn't sell between the end of December and late May. So if that is me, if I am like, hey, my shirt was selling at least once a month, and now I've gone 5 months with no sales, well, here I'm seeing in real time another product in the same niche that went through a very similar, sales drought, you know what I mean? A long period of time with no sales. Here's another shirt that says Christmas in July, and it's relatively new. It looks like it was posted in August 20th. And what's interesting is that from when it was posted, it looks like it made 1 sale and then didn't make any sales for 1, 2, 3, 4 months between August and December. Then in December, it looks like it sold. By the way, December, guys, if this is your first year doing print on demand, December is going to be crazy. Don't think about lack of sales in the summer. Think about how many sales I made on the year, because you're going to make a ton of sales in December if you don't quit. All right. So make sure December is where your sales are going to come. Honestly, October, November, December, there's a lot of sales, but December is madness. So even this Christmas in July shirt was selling in December for some reason. And what you'll actually notice is that from there, I could even put a trend line here. Check this out, this line behind me. You can see it's on like a slope, and it's actually like all the tops are really consistent. Interesting how that played out in real life. Like you typically see that in like stock charts because algorithms are trading back and forth, but this is actually like real life people that bought pretty much on cue, as you would expect, with that trend line kind of continuing to go down. So yeah, you can see that as it gets closer and closer to July, this shirt was seeing higher and higher sales velocity. And this helps if we're trying to figure out why our shirt stopped selling outside of this time frame. We would go spy on competitors and see what the typical sales cycle is for this niche. That's what Helium 10 is allowing us to do. And here's another just example of a shirt that was posted a couple days ago. So it's not really helping us at all with figuring out anything about this niche, because this shirt was posted only a couple days ago, and you see like kind of a broken line chart behind me. All right, the second thing I wanted to show you guys really quickly is utilize Google Trends. Go to google.com/trends. You can go here and type in anything. So in this case, I type in Christmas in July. And rather than spying on Amazon products, which if we are thinking about it in the context of Amazon, I would always recommend actually going to the source, which would be Amazon in this case, and spying on the Amazon, your competitors on that platform. But in this case too, you can go to Google. Google obviously is a great resource. And while they don't tell us the exact search volume, they show us the interest over time relative to previous periods of time. So in this case, you can see that like Christmas in July 2021 has not hit the same peak search volume or exceeded the search volume of 2020. And you can actually go and set, I have the time frame set to past 12 months, but you can go back as far as I think like 5 years, I think is the max. So you can go and kind of figure out like, and by the way, this is also just showing seasonality in general. Like I'm doing Christmas in July and it's showing the seasonality that you would expect. But sometimes there's trends that hit like 1 year and then they don't hit any other year. So you may have consistent sales that just disappear. Now, what do we do to fix this? Now, I'm just going to recommend changing your prices. I can't guarantee you anything. Like I don't work for Amazon merch, so I don't know how the algorithm actually works. I'm just theorizing that if you change your price, like at a minimum, the algorithm may say, oh, hey, this is an updated listing. Maybe we go and try to give it a chance for customers to see it and potentially purchase it, right? We know that on Amazon, what drives good placement? Well, what drives sales? Visibility drives sales. What drives good visibility in search results? Sales do. How does Amazon know what to put up there? The whole thing is basically like search, find, buy. Customer types something in, they click that listing, they add to cart, they check out. When that happens, Amazon says they typed in these keywords, they clicked that listing and bought it. That listing needs to rank higher the next time somebody types in those keywords, right? It's pretty simple. So lower the price. Hopefully that entices more visibility and more customers to click you and purchase you. Also, consider not spying on your customers. Actually, this picture is a little bit backwards. Not spy on the customers, but like put yourself in the shoes of the customers. That's what I really wanted to say. Like pretend you're a customer. Go to Amazon. I would say go incognito. In your web browser, click the dots in the top right corner. Go to new incognito window. Go incognito so that it doesn't like, I don't know if it's going to alter your results by your previous buying history. So I want you to go incognito. Go to Amazon.com. Type in your primary keywords and see what pops up. Where do you rank? Why do the people ahead of you rank ahead of you? Do they have a cheaper price, better design? If all looks even, do they make more sales than you? You don't even have to guess. Using what I just showed you with Helium 10, you can actually go and kind of look and figure out if they are making more sales than you. You can even pay for Helium 10 and they'll actually give you sales estimates, or you can use Jungle Scout. They're basically doing the same thing there. But you don't need to pay for anything with print on demand. You can, but you don't have to. I'm not recommending that you do. If you were learning Amazon FBA from me, I would highly recommend it. But with print on demand, it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, guys, that's my recommendation. There's only so much we can do with Amazon merch. We have a limited set. We have a lot of things at our exposure, but we have a limited set of tools relative to if we're selling on Seller Central. Just so you guys know. I know not everybody sells on both, but anyways, that's what I really wanted to share in this video. Before I wrap up, just wanted to remind you guys, I wrote a very thorough, completely free Merch by Amazon mini course that I delivered to your email inbox over 7 days if you would like to take advantage of it. There's a link in the description, and in the description, again, you'll find a link to my Merch by Amazon Facebook group, which is growing rapidly and it's got a great community, so I'd love to have you there. And last but not least, guys, I did write a full Merch by Amazon course showing you how I took my account from tier 10 to tier 200,000. Basically showing you everything that I've learned along the way. So you can check that out. Link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you soon.